one existing. All right, there we go. Now you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me, Joe? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've still updated a bunch. There's still a bunch of things that I haven't updated. Not updated. What's the word I'm looking for? I changed the way I record. I downloaded like an app that let me change audio inputs and stuff, and I didn't go through on the things that I do that I use least often. I have not updated all the mic information and all that jazz. So, but hey, here we are. So, Job, unfortunately, is indisposed of at the moment. I believe she will be joining us later. But we wanted to. I got so much stuff over the month while I was getting married that I'm sorry, my computer is over here. While we're getting married, my now wife, this is very exciting. My now wife and we love many things. We really enjoy arcades. I prefer like coin pushers and marble pushers and stuff. She's a big fan of Over the Edge and claw machines, but we love going to love going to classic arcades, with the stand-up machines and all that jazz. Let me just get into Twitch here so that when Job eventually does come on, we'll be ready to merge beans and all that jazz. But when we were getting married, our honeymoon was in New Hampshire. And while we were there, we visited. Hopefully, I will be able to, but I might not. I hope you're able to. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so while we were in New Hampshire, we did a lot of things. We saw a lot of used like retro video game stores. This lady is supposed to tell her when she can do the meeting, but it could be at any time. That's lame. That is very lame. I don't like that at all. Some of you people also might be questioning because I've always worn a ring on my finger. My partner, my wife now, she actually proposed to me technically first, but that's a story for another day. Ooh, excuse me. But man, I turned on the AC and I'm still like sweating. I know it's so lame, but I am hyped for these games. I could hop on in Discord. I gotta find my mouse real quick. I've moved some stuff around. I could hop on in Discord and talk, but I don't think I can stream myself. Why don't we do that? Because then I can at least your face will be there. And you can at least react, I guess. I don't know. We could try it if you want. I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to have like another person that I could hear talk and chat with you. For now, the meeting isn't happening yet, but it might have to bail suddenly. Okay, let's try to do this then. I'm not used to seeing me so big. I've moved my camera like where I see my camera to like right below the camera, so it looks like I can see myself and all that jazz. Anyway, let's do it. I'll be a voice. Let's be a voice. I'll start the call, I guess. Job?
Yeah, this works.
Hey, you're there.
There we are.
All right, awesome. So now everyone can hear you. That's fantastic. Hey, how the hell are you? I mean, we haven't talked. I mean, we've messaged back and forth over the past month and stuff, and I've sent you pictures and all that jazz. But like, what have you been up to for like a whole month? Hey, Sam, what's up?
Sam, yes, I posted a live alert in my Discord channel to let the beans know, regardless, that even though I can't really launch myself, given the uncertainty of this meeting, I was like, Ark is still fucking doing the things, man. Let's go.
I appreciate that. And I wanted to do the raffle. I'm wearing the shirt again today so that we can do the arc is arcing out here. I am, Sam. I am. Excuse me. Shit. I want to do the raffle today too.
I want that shirt. Sam, you ain't getting that shirt, girl. You get the hell out of here with your shirt wanting this.
I got a cough like bite me, Job. I gotta don't make me laugh. I can't. I got a cough like right before my wedding. And I think it was because of the fires from Canada, but like it still hasn't gone away. So now I have no idea like what is causing this. If I win, I will be sure to wear it if I visit. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. The smoke was really bad the other week here. Yeah, no. It's been, there's supposed to be more. It's been a little hazy where I am, but it hasn't been too bad, which is okay. But yeah, I'm sorry. I got interrupted. We got interrupted by Sam. Sam interrupting. This is like the biggest. She? What'd you say?
How dare she?
How dare? This is so weird because I've moved. Because like the way my setup is like my game setup is on my left hand side. I can't believe you're gaslighting me like this. I'm like, that's what Sam said.
I can.
I've moved my OBS to where my game usually is, so that it's right underneath my camera. It's fine. I need to lurk in a couple minutes anyway. All right. I guess we should get started, right? I guess I should start talking about stuff that I got. I've got everything in chronological order. Just not. I don't know. I thought about doing it in chronological order, like the most recent, the thing I got the new first, closest to me, and then I would move away from that. But then I was like, I'm gonna have to reach for shit anyway. At least now I'll have to reach less and less as the stream goes on.
Okay, the strategy is there.
The strategy is there, but we were interrupted. What have you been? You guys see that you're still posting the Legend of Dragoon, so you haven't finished. You have finished the game, right?
I farmed myself like a selfish bastard, and I've got so many fucking clips. Like I'm posting things in between because like we did a lot of stuff in between. So I've been posting the demon sword clips and the immortal clips, and eventually I'll be posting the Planet of the Apes clips. And I'm currently farming Spy Fiction, which is mainly going to comprise of me yelling because I hated the game. So I usually am like just a bit of a pushover. Like I if I can just find enjoyment in the game that I'm playing, I will usually rate it pretty good. Like even games that people will be like, there's too many pixels and it's a little jank and it's not good compared to this and that. And I'm like, okay, like to me, it's like if the concept is like coherent, if there's like ever so slightly a difficulty ramp, if it's consistent, if it feels like they knew what they were doing and it's just up to me to learn how to do it, and that learning isn't like shooting me in the foot all the time, which is what Spy Fiction was doing, then it's gonna be a really good, like it's gonna be a good game, and I can recommend it. Planet of the Apes was a better fleshed out concept somehow than Spy Fiction was. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was better. I had more fun playing it, and it was rated better. Like I rated Spy Fiction C-. Because concept was cool, execution was bad. Graphics were good, controls were fine, but the limitations that they put in the mechanics were not. And so it was how they went about making it, and not exactly like jank or broken, or you know what I mean. Like as long as the game isn't completely broken, I will usually find enjoyment. And this game wasn't broken though. Like it looks the part, it feels the part, until you're playing it for a minute and you realize all the glaring problems are constant.
Oh
my rough. Gosh.
There's a well, I was gonna say there's this documentary about like quote unquote the worst movie ever, and it's this bad movie from I want to say the late 80s called Goblins 2.
Wait, I know this. Did you get this game?
No, I didn't get the game. I didn't get the game. No. What I was gonna say was in the documentary it has a very interesting conversation about what makes a good bad movie. and I think if it's done with love and it falls short, like there can be enjoyment found in it, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
there's also like, but if it's just done poorly and you can tell nobody liked it, like it's just gonna fall on its face, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's like I don't know if when they pitched this concept,
Hmm.
everybody must have been excited. I can only imagine that they were like, "Wow, this is going to be really cool,"
I hope so.
because it is a unique concept. Because
Yeah.
like you can take the shape of anyone in the game. That's overpowered, right? That's an overpowered mechanic, but that is because you're
And that's
blending
Planet of
in
the
broad
Apes.
daylight as opposed to blending in at night in the darkness. So that's
Is
how
that
it's rivaling Splinter Cell.
Brian said Troll 2 was the movie I'm thinking of. Troll 2. I knew if
Oh,
Brian was
Troll
on
2.
here. I knew if Brian was on here. Hey, it did the shout out. I'm glad all my bots still work. I'm just gonna say that out loud. After a month,
Right,
they
yes.
changed a whole bunch of crap. But Troll 2, not Goblin 2, Troll 2. Troll 2.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
but that's an interesting concept. That's a really
Right,
interesting concept.
it is. Like instead of blending in the darkness, there was not a spot of darkness. I was
Hmm.
always in broad daylight, and it was all about capturing the images of the people that I wanted to become them, to overcome obstacles. And if they would have made that the focal point, like Splinter Cell made that the focal point. The
Hmm.
main mechanic is stealth darkness, right?
Yeah.
It's staying in the darkness, finding the dark patches, exploiting that, observing the patterns. Am I like, but oh my gosh, spy fiction, it doesn't matter whose face I'm wearing or how good the disguise is. Anyone in the game can spot me if they get too close.
Oh, that's doesn't make any sense.
Right? It makes no sense. So it's not even like dependent on the guards and their skill sets. It's not
Mm,
even fleshed out in that way. Like there's one mission where you're on a boat with surrounded by a bunch of NPCs that are just party guests.
yeah.
And even them, if I get too close to them, they will spot me and be like, "Oh, you!" And then the guards get alerted, and the alert for the guards take forever to go away. And it's like I always get alert, and there's a mechanic where you can listen into a conversation. It's not like Splinter Cell where you hear it as you get closer. You have to get really close, hold the button,
Yeah.
and when you're holding that button, you can't move. So you stand still and you listen, and your character's doing whatever it is he's disguised to do. So if he's a scientist, he's playing with beacons. If he's a bartender, he's shaking, a martini or something, right? Like
Yeah.
he's in disguise doing a pattern in disguise, but that doesn't help camouflage you either. If the NPCs, regardless of if they are core enemy trained militants or a fucking guy on a boat who's just partying with his family, if they get too close to you, they'll still spot you. They'll be like, "Huh?" And then they like look at you and they're like, "Hey, wait, something's weird," right? And I'm trying to listen to important intel that I'm supposed. This is also a core mechanic. I'm supposed to listen to this information, and so that I can continue my mission. I get clues this way. But if I have to be really weirdly close, and sometimes the NPCs are moving around, they bump into you, they spot you. It's infuriating.
That is
Art.
annoying.
It's infuriating.
That is annoying.
Ah, that they nerfed it. I think what they did is instead of building the game around this really cool concept and making the puzzles difficult because like around this concept, they just decided to make everything equal parts, spy equal parts, fighting equal parts, gunplay, and
Yeah.
gadgetries. And some of the gadgets I don't even use, like they don't even place me in scenarios where I have to use a lot of them. So I don't. A lot of them fall short. They're not useful.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of like everything is mid because the main thing is also mid. And so I'm like, this should have been
It's
so
just
cool.
not.
It should
It's just not done
have.
well. It
It's
might
just
just.
not done well.
It just
Yeah,
sounds like across the board not done well.
they nerfed this mechanic that was overpowered because they just couldn't pull it off.
Mm,
You know what I mean? They
yeah.
couldn't pull it off. They couldn't make the game what it needed to be for this mechanic to run free.
Yeah.
So they nerfed it.
They didn't know what
And
to do with it. That's fair.
and they made the environments tight so people always bump into you. You're always like they made obstacles out of the worst things that
Oh,
made the mechanics not as fun as it could have been.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Well,
and they did things like this constantly with everything throughout the entire game, and it was just debilitating.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry that you ran into a bad game. It's
Well, we
always
had
rough to run
fun
into a bad game.
anyways. The fucking community loves it. Like Sam's laughing there with her laughing face. Like Sam, everybody loves it. Like it's very rare that I like hate something 100% throughout the entire playthrough. But this was one of them, and the community loved it. I was just Mitchell got some good clips. Like all the clips are gonna be me really angry, but I mean that's whatever. Like I don't care. It was still a game. Like it was okay. I liked the story.
Yeah,
The story was cool.
I was gonna say it's like even when it's bad, it's still good content. Like let's all
It's
be
not
honest about it.
broken.
Yeah,
It's not broken. It's
exactly.
playable. Like it's not, I just didn't like how they went about implementing the concept. The
Yeah,
concept was cool.
yeah.
And I was super excited. And maybe that also helped destroy the game a bit for me because I had all these expectations and hopes. Because I was like, wow, this is a unique mechanic. Should people collect spy fiction if they're a collector? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you should you play it? Sure. Are you gonna like it? Probably
Sure,
not.
probably not.
Probably not. Are you gonna think it's mid when you're done? Yeah, probably.
Well, let's talk about some games with some good mechanics in them, because that's
Yes.
what I've got queued up first. The first stuff I have is actually things I've got like the day I arrived back home, because back home Brian Power is lives back in Massachusetts where we were, and he came across some Famicom games that he messaged me about and was like, "Hey, do you want me to pick any of them up? Let's go, Brian. Pick any of them up." And I said, "Yeah." So like day one, we get Excite Bike for the Famicom, which is in this beautiful red cartridge, which just looks awesome. It just looks awesome. And Excite Bike, again, one of those games. What am I gonna have to read in Excite Bike? You know what I mean? This I can play this without it being in English. But so many of these games are
Oh
just in
yeah.
English anyway. But
You
um,
want to have a couple of those. I grew up with some of these that I would just play randomly. These like
mhm.
racing bike games, and I mean, and like
Excite Bike was a
actually,
fun
I
one.
should. I should probably go back and stream some of them, because yeah, I don't usually focus on them, but like they can
We
be fun.
I think we've talked about it. I think we've talked about doing stuff like that. Um,
Yeah,
I
the
also
shorter
shared,
racing ones.
yeah, I shared with you that I'm missing only two Dragon Ball Z games. I got two
Yeah.
these. I got two more Dragon Ball Z games from Brian. Uh, Brian said
Noise.
hi, girl, which you probably saw. But
Hey, girl.
so with these
Hey.
two Famicom games, I'm only missing two Dragon Ball Z games, so that's exciting. A lot of these Dragon Ball Z games too are like turn-based RPGs, which is kind of weird. But I definitely have to check those out. There are fan-made translations, but super excited to have them in the collection for sure.
And
and then
story.
last but not least, this we got this Ultraman Club 2 Ultraman Returns in this really cool like pistachio green cartridge. It is a
Yes, colored
it's
cards are the best.
Yeah, right there. It's a turn-based JRPG like Final Fantasy, but it's Ultraman and like the Ultraman like family of characters. Which sounds I thought it was gonna be a beat 'em up. And the fact that it's like a JRPG is wild. Is
That's
absolutely wild.
even better. That's the best outcome.
Even better,
Because like
even better.
when you're buying it, the opposite is like, oh, like when you think you're gonna get some sort of cool
Yeah.
like role playing game or whatever, like adventure, and then it ends up being a beat 'em up, and you're like, oh shit, how did I misunderstand that when I was eyeballing the description online?
Yeah. No, 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 for sure, for sure. I kind of went into it blind, but as Brian said, like if Brian enjoys Godzilla, I enjoy Ultraman. I need to
Yeah,
invest some more time in the lore and stuff like that. But excuse me, but I just Ultraman. I don't know. He just there's something really cool about him, and a lot of his
Godzilla is
shows are
good though.
wild. Godzilla is great. Yeah.
Godzilla
Um,
is good. I have one PS2 Godzilla game that I really like,
the
that I grew up playing.
the original Nintendo Godzilla game is really really interesting because it starts as like a top down like tactics board game where you have to move Godzilla around the field into enemy territory into bases and stuff like that, and then it switches to like a side-scrolling action like a beat 'em up where you have to fight your way through the level with your breath weapon and fuck punching and kicking and stuff like that, and
Nice.
then you have to do like a one-on-one battle with a monster. It's a really interesting game. It's a really, really interesting
Well,
game.
now I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get it. I don't have it.
And yeah, for sure. But last but not least, Brian also picked me up. There is a GameStop next to me that has a lot of old games, and it had this game for like 2 months. And I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna go get it. And then they didn't have it, and I was sad. And I messaged Brian about it, and he ended up finding it and picking it up for me. It is SNK.
Redemption, Brian.
It is. Yeah, no, I've always got a second pair of eyes out there in the world.
See, I have that with Mitchell to a degree, but I'm her second pair of eyes for the most part. Like there are games she really wants that I'm keeping an eye out for.
SNK Baseball Stars. I'm not a huge sports game fan. Usually those make me want to like kill puppies. Like that's how angry those sports games make me. Yeah. But this game is is very well known for being one of the first baseball simulators.
Nice.
So like
That's
you
worth
can act
having.
like making your own team. Like there's player progression where the baseball players will get better at their skills and stuff like that. And that just
Shit.
yeah, that just sounds cool. And I was like, I want it for the collection.
Yeah.
I might not.
Well, now I have to find it.
Yeah, no. Do you have a notebook? Like, are you just gonna write down like, oh, we're gonna get SNK Baseball Stars, we're gonna get Ultraman Club 2, Ultraman Returns.
I have a list on my Discord called games that I want.
I have a huge wish list on GameEye, like enormous.
That makes sense.
So that was the first couple games I got from Brian when I got there. I'm also gonna tell you the story of the month because so much happened with the wedding and everything like that. And I have a surprise story towards the end. You're gonna get a real kick out of this, and I hope Mary doesn't go into a meeting because I'll be very sad if you miss that part. But
it's okay actually. The lady didn't call she moved the meeting to tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
So we're gonna be fine. But then I was like, well, I'll just keep on Discord. We're fine.
We're fine. Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to jump over to like video and stream as well, like that's fine by me. But I mean, if this works for you, this works for me.
Oh, this works. Yeah.
Okay. So the centerpieces at our wedding, we decided that we weren't going to go with anything like standard, like flowers and stuff like that. We actually decided that each table was going to be a different fandom. So like we had a Ninja Turtle table, we had a Titanic table, we had a Stephen King table, we had a Nintendo table. It was awesome. It was awesome. But while we were looking for Ninja Turtle stuff at a flea market, there was a guy that was selling a couple of Leonardos that I ended up picking up. But he also had Operation Wolf for the original Nintendo, and he had the first RoboCop on the original Nintendo.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see if I can. There it is. And so I was able to kind of parlay those in to the other things that I wanted to get, so I could save a couple bucks on them. So that was great.
That's cool. Yeah.
Very excited about RoboCop. Actually, what's really funny is me getting this game led Brian to look a little deeper into RoboCop on the NES because his collection, a large section of it is tie-in games, and he realized that they came out with RoboCop, RoboCop 2, and RoboCop 3 on the original Nintendo. So he is looking for those bad boys.
I've got the first two, so we could probably stream RoboCop at some point.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
You also have the Terminators. One of them sucks, but the other one's okay.
I don't have the Terminators. I gotta admit, I do not have the Terminators.
Okay.
So in our continued adventure of trying to find stuff for the wedding, the groomsmen gifts. I don't know if I told you this. I should pull up a picture of it. I hope I didn't delete it. So the groomsmen gifts, I ended up editing the label from the original Mario Brothers. Let me see if I have one here. Please tell me I still have it. I think I may have deleted it because my phone is so jammed packed that I was like, oh, well, I don't need this anymore because the gifts have been given. I don't need to. Yeah, no, it's gone. So I took an original Nintendo label of the original Mario Brothers with him like jumping in front of the wall or whatever you want to call it, and I edited it to put people's names. Okay, there it is. To put people's names on it. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you this. So I made Mario look like a little groomsman, and then I put super. I mean, there's my last name, but and that's Brian. Oh, Brian sent me a photo of his. Accepted
Nice.
your invitation to be a collaborator. There it is. Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, it says Super Best Man Brian, and it's a working Nintendo cartridge. We just bought a bunch of really cheap cartridges, and
Oh, that's so good.
we took the labels off of them and relabeled them, which made me very sad. But then it meant that all my groomsmen got working cartridges. So if you put it in, it will work. But while we were buying those super cheap cartridges, we ended up picking up Dragon Power, which I know I told you about. Which, speaking of Dragon Ball Z games, this is the only Dragon Ball game that got ported over from Japan to America. Well, localized, I guess would be the word. But they stripped all the Dragon Ball lore out of it, and you're just some karate guy. But it's still
That's wild.
but it's a Dragon Ball game, and I
Yeah,
so
that's what
excited,
I've heard.
so
I've
excited to
been
have that.
looking for it. I want that. I need to find that so that we can stream it.
There's so many. There's so many we have to stream. Yeah, no, that's one I have been looking for a while. Again, with my tentative rule of I have to find it, in person to before I buy it. I broke that rule a little bit. We'll be getting into some of those, but that same day when I got Dragon Power, I also got the Die Hard trilogy on PlayStation.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you know too much about this game,
I
but
want it.
but
I like movie based games. Like I want everything that's based off a movie, so
so the first game is a 3D action fighter. The second game in it is an arcade shooter, and the third game is a driving adventure, kind of like Driver from the original PlayStation.
that's
So like,
wild. That's
there was
three different types of games.
three different types of games. Yeah. I saw this there the last time I was in Massachusetts. The disc looks fantastic too. But um, yeah, I saw this last time I was in Massachusetts, and this was another one of those things where I was like, well, I'm not passing this up again. You know what I mean? So there's that.
That makes
Uh,
sense, yeah.
oh, now on to some random stuff. So we went to an arcade, and we ended up playing this game called Over the Edge. It's a marble pusher. It's very Funko Pop centric, and I ended up picking up these two Pokemon Funko Pops. I ended up getting Mewtwo and Munchlax, which I'm gonna add.
Nice.
Which I'm gonna add to Gengar wherever he is. I think he's in the stack of Funko Pops over there. They got a little damaged while we were bringing them home. Munchlax got real squished, which makes me sad. But they will stack just fine, and that's why I
Yeah.
keep them in the box. So that's fine. But yeah, I think Jackie won me Mewtwo. I just said my wife's name out loud. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops-a-daisy.
That's okay. I say Mary all the time.
No, I know. I'm trying to leave some anonymity, especially like if they're not forward facing, like on the internet. Brian,
Yeah.
I say Brian because his handle is Brian Power Art. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Archaeologist won me this, and I ended up winning Munchlax. So that was really cool.
Nice.
And Brian, again, because we saw something in Target, we didn't pick it up, and he ended up going back and finding it, was the Ninja Turtle Godzilla crossover, Leonardo and Godzilla, which is awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Yes.
Yeah. So another one for the wall, the Ninja Turtle wall, which I showed you yesterday.
Yeah, your Ninja Turtle wall is insane. It
Yeah.
rivals my collection, but like all about Ninja Turtles.
All about Ninja Turtles, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like there was a guy on my stream once. He's like, I've got a JRPG collection that's about as half as big as yours. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Half of my game collection is the size of your specific JRPG collection? That's insane.
Just
That's so
specific
specific.
JRPG.
Specific, it makes a world of a difference. Like, because he's like, oh, my collection's not as big as yours, but they're all JRPGs. And I was like, how many do you have? He's like, about half of what you've got. I was like, holy
That's
fuck.
bananas. Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah, I pointed the camera at the wall. It's a little bit of a mess at
I
the moment.
saw.
Still there's still some things I need to find homes for. Oh, there's Gengar right there. I still need to find homes for some stuff. It's just we have to get new shelves. You know what I mean? I got as Brian put it, baby fat. I have baby fat for video games. I have space to put new video games. I do not have space for more Ninja Turtles, and that's something I need to really work on. Another thing that Mrs. Archaeologist got me was this little Ninja Turtle gnome. I think she found it at Five Below. They have a lot of cool Ninja Turtle stuff there. So she grabbed that for me. This is actually on our table at the wedding.
So
it's so
cute.
Look at him.
He's
little
so
gnome.
cute. Oh my god.
And while I was out and about, let's see, what do we got here? So out and about with Brian. Brian ended up finding a copy of The Warriors for the original Xbox. I've been looking for this on the PlayStation 2, but it's like $70 on the PlayStation 2 complete in box. Where
no, you're better off with the Xbox. Like, I got it on Xbox too. Like, it was cheaper.
It was like $40. Like, it's $35 cheaper than it would be on the PlayStation 2. And like, it is like, it's,
when I got it, it wasn't as expensive as it currently is, but it was still way better than the PS2 version.
It is one of the nicest discs. Like, Brian and I were talking about it, and the reason why he messaged me about it was because it looked so good, and it's also complete, in box, complete in case, whatever you want to call it. It is like one of the cleanest discs I've ever seen.
The fighting mechanic in that game, because I streamed The Warriors when I had it, and the fighting mechanic is probably one of the most interesting street brawls, like how they went about making it happen. Like, every hit, every punch, every kick just feels so impactful. There's like a slowdown moment before like the punch connects, and and then when it hits, it goes pow, and you really feel it. And the enemies, like, they get fucking knocked out and they fall on their ass, and it's so like visceral. Like, the whole, it's probably one of the best fighting mechanics like that I've seen. And you can pick up their hats when they're on the floor and put it on your head. Love it.
Which is just fun. No, I love what makes Warriors so interesting is that it's a prequel and a sequel to The Warriors, the movie. And it's a great tie-in, which it adds to the story without detracting. And I still haven't watched the movie, The Warriors, which Brian's probably going to chide me for. But Brian wants me to tell the story of us trying to get Marketplace NES games. So while we were looking for games and stuff, Brian does not have a Facebook. So every time he finds something on Facebook Marketplace, he usually sends it to me, and then I will contact the guy so that we can coordinate, and maybe Brian can get something super cheap. Exactly. And what we were planning on doing was we found one that had some games he wanted, some games I wanted, and it had a full Nintendo, like the cables, the console, and the controllers. And he was going to flip it. So he figured he'd buy the lot, flip it, and then he'd be able to keep everything basically for free, So we messaged this guy on, we'll say, a Monday. Tuesday, we don't hear from him all Monday, and then Tuesday he finally gets back to us with pictures of a different Nintendo with different games. And so I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool. I'll take a look at these games. Some of these I'm interested in, but can we like talk about the other one? Like, we also want the other lot. And he's like, oh, I think I sold that. I'm gonna have to check when I get home. And I'm like, dude, how do you not know if you sold something? Like, how disorganized could you possibly be? But
at least come back and tell me you sold it.
Oh, nobody does, which drives me nuts. I'm talking to somebody about a ColecoVision right now that has the adapter to play Atari games on the ColecoVision. Haven't even heard from him. We can talk about that later. But, so, we're like, okay, well, we're still interested in the games that you showed us the second time. So like, can we work a deal with that? Like, well, how much do you want for those? And he's like, you make me a deal. And we're like, okay. So we go through, we look at the games we want, we put together, and I think I don't know what we said. I think $150 for the games. There were a couple with manuals and stuff. We thought it was a pretty decent price. The guy's like, no, I'm gonna need it for like 250 or something like that. He's like, I forgot the name of the game. Maybe Brian will remember it, but he wanted like $100 for like a $45 game, and he was like, and the NES is like worth like $150, and we're like, we don't want the NES, we just want the games. And I'm like, look, this has gotten way too confusing. I don't even want to. I'm you know what? I'm done. I'm like, I'm sorry, we couldn't make it work, but I'm out. I'm this is confusing, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to do this anymore. And
He's trying to throw in a bunch of shit,
he
you know,
has
like
he has the nerve to be shitty to me afterwards. He's like, what's
of
confusing
course.
about this? Like, he's like, these are
He's
the
trying to
games I have. This
browbeat you into a purchase, man.
He's
He's
trying
trying
to
to
browbeat
browbeat.
me into a purchase. Wild Gunman.
Yeah.
Wild Gunman. It was like a $45 game with the manual, and we were gonna offer him about that, whatever. And he wanted $100 for Wild Gunman on the NES with the booklet, and we were like, no, like
No,
he
fuck
was.
that.
But yeah, he was shitty. I ended up blocking him. And I
Absolutely.
was just
I
done.
like some people are just like pool sharks in disguise, you know, like they're just like I walked into a shop once and I was looking for a used Nintendo and I was
Hmm.
looking for used Nintendo prices. I think it
Hmm.
was like a used Super Nintendo. And when you walk in there, it was a pawn shop, right? So it
Yeah.
was just, but this pawn shop must have been a front because everything looked like trash. There was no
Oh.
organization whatsoever. There were just wires and electronics and shit everywhere and nothing. It was incoherent. And I couldn't find anything that I wanted. I did find this complete inbox, brand new Super Nintendo, complete inbox with the game and everything.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I'm not looking to buy complete in box. Like it's 150. I came in with $50. I want to
Yeah.
buy at the time, this was 10 years ago when Nintendos were still priced more around like 50. So
Yeah.
I was like, I came in to buy a used console. I'm not looking for like the box and all that. I'm not trying to collect this piece. I'm trying to
Play this piece.
utilize the equipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to, that's not what I'm trying to do. So I walked by it and then when I asked the guy, I was like, do you have any used Nintendo? Because I'm looking through trash. Like I'm struggling to see anything. And I'm like, do you have any like used Super Nintendos? And he's like, well, he brings me to the box and he points at it. And I was like, look, like you're a pawn. I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like you're a pawn shop owner, right? When people walk in here, they want used stuff. Like
Yeah.
this, like I saw this, but I didn't come in here to spend $150 for a brand new incomplete box of whatever, right? Like this is something you need to sell online. This isn't something that should be on your shelf. I was
Yeah.
like, this because and then he gets mad at me. He's all like, well, maybe he's like, well, I mean, it's right there. Like if this is what you're looking for, like, you know, and he gets all weird and nippy at me. And then I looked at him and I was like, people walk into a pawn shop to buy used things. I came in here for a used console. If you don't have a used console, then that's it. I'm not here. I'm not trying to collect. Like, if you want to sell that, you need to sell it online because it's not going to sell here. People come in with $20 in their pocket. They don't come in with $150 looking to buy a brand new complete in box Super Nintendo. Anyways, I walked out. I was like, okay, man, I'm done.
It's
Fuck
always really
this.
funny when people get like really upset with you when you don't buy something. It's like, well, I'm really not gonna buy it now. Like, I'm super duper not gonna
Yeah.
buy it now.
I'm really, really for sure 100%. Pawn shop is always a front. I know.
Always,
Well, not
always a front.
some aren't, but for the most part, yeah, you're right. Like when you walk in there, but sometimes like the pawn shop guy is just a guy who likes buying and selling stuff. Like
Yeah,
my uncle is that way, and you can tell because there's some form of organization. Everything is everywhere, and they don't have a specific set of things. So you're gonna walk in and find a lot of random things.
yeah.
But sometimes you walk into a pawn shop and it's just a fucking mess. They're just selling rusty blades and fucking loose cords and you know what I mean? And that was that guy. That was that guy.
Rusty
Yeah.
blades.
Yes, like you know how
Rusty
some pawn
blades.
shops will have cool knives that they're selling and they're in a display case or whatever. Like
Yeah,
legit stores that do that. Like they'll have it well organized. And then this guy just had like blades that were rusted, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Excuse me. It always feels good when a place is organized. You reminded me when you said just like a bag of rusty blades or whatever you said. It reminded me one time I went to this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I stayed at a friend's house and I was leaving. I was driving home and it was like an hour and 15 minutes for me to get home. So my buddy's wife like, hey, do you want to bring some of the pizza we had for lunch with you on the car ride? I was like, yeah, no, absolutely, I'll grab some of that. So she comes out with a Walmart bag with slices of pizza in it. And like
What?
she hands it to me and I'm like and I look at it and I realize that she had saran wrapped each individual slice. So like it wasn't that weird. But like I looked at her, I'm like, I thought you just handed me like a loose bag of pizza. Like I like Mom, my mustache is fucking. I thought you handed me a loose bag of pizza, which is the craziest thing that you've ever done. But I digress. Um, so so after
Miscellaneous
just
slices,
slices, just
chill,
miscellaneous
chilling in a
slices
bag.
loose in a Walmart bag, not a Tupperware container, just loose in a Walmart bag. Loose pizza is wild. It is, Sam. It really, really is.
Oh man, I think the craziest story, I think so, you know when you're out and about collecting with other people, like you're
Yep.
bound to like interact really well with other collectors or even the sellers.
Yeah.
Like the sellers of the shop in and around my area know me. They know that if I walk in, I'll pick something. We usually have discussions over what they are and stuff. So like they'll know me. Like I'm always there at some point or another, and I'm buying something real specific, and they're like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know we had this," or they'll be like, "I don't even know what this is," and I'm like, "I know, like it's so weird." But sometimes you run into other clients, and a lot of the times it can be okay. But this time, these two people, it looked like a couple. They were standing there with two big bags of stuff, two big
Mhm.
bags of games, and they were trying to sell it to the guy at the shop. So I'm there at the shop that I frequent, and you can walk in with stuff. They will observe it and they'll
Yeah.
give you a price, or they'll say, no, this isn't something we're going to be able to sell, right? They're either going to decline or they're going to accept it or even
Throws in an
quote you a
extra
price.
pepperoni.
The guy was refusing it because you need to have something substantial in the bundle that you're trying to sell before they take the bundle.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
if you've got like a stack of 20, 30 games like they did, and none of them are over like $5, they're not going to take it.
No.
Right? If the quality's off, if they don't think that they, if it's a bunch of games that they already have, like they're gonna quote you a price based off of whatever it is that's the most expensive in the bag, and then they'll round up the rest and be like, I'll give you 20 for the rest. Like I'll
For the
give you
most part,
80
yeah.
for this
No,
one.
absolutely.
Right? Like that's how it works. You're not selling it yourself to another person. You want to sell it full price. You yourself, the individual, need to sell it to an individual. But if you're
Exactly.
trying to get rid of shit and you're just trying to maximize your return as quickly as you can and move shit, then you go to these shops. A lot of people will give these shops a bad rep. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get $4 for all of that," and it's like, okay, well, don't walk in with games that are worth $4. Like they're not. You think people are looking for your 7 golf games? Like
Oh my
only
god.
collectors that collect to collect are gonna get those. Like people, and like you need to fucking understand the market here. Like, why would they sell? Why would they buy, 7 of the same game for $4? They're gonna give you $4 for all 7, and that's even if they want to have them. So it's
Yeah.
like, you want to get rid of your shit or what, or sell them yourself individually, right? Then you'll get the full return of your money if people are looking for those games.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
they were being refused, right? And I was like an earshot of this conversation. They were being refused,
Mhm.
they were trying to get rid of their stuff. That's what they were doing. And then they looked at me and they were like, "Hey, like, do you want this? We're just gonna give it to you for free." And it was a bag of miscellaneous. And I was standing in the middle of a store. I wasn't gonna rifle through all of it, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever, fuck it. I'll take anything for free.
Yeah, right?
So it's an overall pleasant interaction. They're happy. They feel like they've done a good thing, and I'm happy because I got a bunch of free games. They all seem like fillers, like nothing super substantial, right? Like they
yeah.
had gun for the Xbox 360 and that sort of
Mhm.
stuff, and some stuff that I already had. And I was like, I don't mind owning duplicates.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
then, but when I got home and I went through the bag, I was like, oh, like they're I don't know if they were all dirty and gross, kind of like all of the games. Like at first glance from the bag top, it didn't seem that way, but they all had a weird basement smell, and it
Oh,
almost kind of felt like some of the cases were kind of yellow. And I was like, did an animal piss on these? You know what I
oh,
mean? I
gross.
I had to throw out most of them, and it was like they were so they felt like so happy that they did this cool thing, and they were like super proud. But then when I got home and everything was disgusting, I was like, oh
So
god,
gross.
like
So
they're gonna
gross.
walk away being like, remember that time we gave that girl, patting themselves on the shoulder. But it's like, I don't think you realize how disgusting everything is.
Oh
I
my
think they
god.
probably would have taken your bundle if everything wasn't as, you know smelling fucking weird and like I threw out a lot of it. I did keep. They had a PS4 game that I kept, and like there is some stuff that was like okay that I did keep as doubles, but
Yeah.
like a lot of it I just threw out. Some of them were just empty cases that didn't have the disc, and
Mm.
like you know what I mean. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like this is nothing. This is a bag full of fucking nothing.
I mean, the irony now, of course, though, would be that if I got a bag full of cases, I would be so excited. I'd be like, awesome. Now, if I just find discs and books, like I'll have complete games. This is awesome.
Not if they smell bad and
Not if
they
they smell
look
bad.
weird and they're
Not if they
fucked
smell
and
bad.
broken. And yeah, they were fucked and broken,
No,
and like and
they
they
were
smelled
fucked and
really
broken.
bad. And
Oh,
yeah,
like,
like I was like, did I bring something diseased into my home? Like I
oh
was
my
super
god.
excited, but then I saw the quality of everything and I was like, no wonder they didn't want to fucking buy this bag. Like thought they just had a bunch of fillers and the guy wasn't interested, because at first glance that's what it looked like. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I don't necessarily want to buy fillers unless they're very specific fillers, but I will take them for free.
You may have a cursed object, Job. Yeah, you might. You might have a cursed
Yeah,
object.
I could have. I might have kept a curse thing. Well, I mean, I've got things that I've purchased on purpose that seem cursed, like my paper mache sculptures of like weird tribal people that I bought from a pawn shop once that Mary's hates. And Mitchell
Uh-huh.
was like, Mitchell was like, put it outside, and I was like, it's made of paper. She's like, put it outside, and I was like,
Exa-
it's made of paper. It doesn't go
exactly.
outside. You can't put them
Exactly.
outside.
No,
I'll
no,
send
that
you a picture of
was
those. You need to see what it is. It's made of clay and paper.
that was her plan. She wants them destroyed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. She was like, "Put it outside." I'm like, "I can't. I just told you it's made of paper. It'll melt in the water in the rain or whatever." And she's like, "Put it outside." I was
Um,
like, "God damn."
so continuing on our adventure through
Right.
through the month. After that, Brian and I went to GameStop because he was looking for Mouse PI for the Switch 2, so he could pre-order it, but it was too late to pre-order it. But I still walked out with the Cowabunga collection for the Switch
Ooh.
because it's a game that I was like, why do I not own this? It has all of the Ninja Turtle games. Like, how do I?
I'm pretty sure
Why?
I've played
Why
some
don't
of
I have this?
those. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
they're
this
good.
is they're very good. We then went back to get Mouse PI like 2 days later, and they were sold out. So we went to Best Buy.
Oh,
We went to Best Buy where my buddy Gonzo works, the one that I named the Rattata after.
yeah.
We lost a Pokemon yesterday. I don't know if you saw. We lost Green Giant by
Oh
Diglett.
no.
He died. It was bad. Anyway, but he ended up pulling out 2 copies of Mouse PI, and Brian ended up getting me one sort of as like a wedding gift sort of thing.
Nice.
So we both have Mouse PI for hire for the Switch 2. This is awesome. And I was perusing the auctions on eBay because I don't know, I got a wild hair and I wanted to play Pokemon Sword and Shield and I didn't own it yet. So I ended up getting the PAL copy of Pokemon Sword. It's got a
Nice.
little bit of writing on the plastic. I got to clean it off. But yeah, it turns out the Switch isn't region locked. So like I got a European version of the game for cheaper because it was
Nice.
the European version and it plays the same game. So
Yeah.
that was a
I
lot
mean,
of
fuck
fun.
it. I love it when they do that. I love that when you can, because like I collect to collect, right?
Yeah.
I want these games. I want to collect to play, and if I want to stream them legally, I want to own them, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll just be like, let me get this like off version, you know what I mean? Like brand and that costs less that I've somehow managed to stumble upon. And that's
Yeah.
also the glory of collecting across consoles. Like,
Oh yeah.
like the Warriors for the PS2 is more expensive than the Warriors for the Xbox. So you got the
Exactly.
Warriors for the Xbox. I make that decision all the time. Like, oh, it's cheaper on Genesis. Okay, I'll buy it on Genesis. Oh, it's cheaper on Nintendo. I'll buy it on Nintendo. Like, I just want to own the game. If I own the product, I can stream it, right? So
Yeah, no, it's why I've gotten so big into Famicom games because I can get I can get like the entire Mega Man collection on the original Famicom for a
yeah,
fraction of the cost of
yeah,
trying to do that on the original Nintendo. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you can get beautiful complete in-box copies of like Super Famicom games. Like I have the complete in-box copy of Super Metroid, the original Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong Country 3, and like those are hundreds of dollars worth of games if they were on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But like I think I got all three Donkey Kongs for like $60, which is wild. And again, there's nothing in those games I have to read, so why not play them in Japanese? Like what is it? What am I losing? You know what I mean? Um, so as I was saying before about the wedding and like how all of our centerpieces were like random. Not everybody left with the centerpieces because that's a normal thing you do in a wedding. You like usually people will take the centerpiece, and which is kind of like helping out us
Yeah.
as the wedded people, so we don't have to deal with like throwing away all this shit, whatever. But someone left behind something from the Ninja Turtle table, so it came home with us. It is a Colorform adventure set, which is like this is a re-release. It's not an original. It'd be wild if it was an original. That'd be freaking cool. I don't think this is original. No, it's got Facebook on it. But do you know what a color form is?
Color form?
Yeah.
No.
So it is these reusable like window clingy stickers. So you can peel them off and move them around, and it comes with
Ooh.
yeah, and it comes with a scene that you can like that you can this actually came right out of the box. I thought it would be bigger than this. It's not. That's fine. But so you can like make these scenes with these color
Oh, that's
forms.
cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
which is just cool. Also, and then someone left the sticker. We put my a sticker in all of the wedding favors, which which I think was funny. That was just for
Yeah,
me.
that's cool. Represent right there.
Represent exactly.
Marketing. Marketing.
One of my cousins was like, "Hey, is this your YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna follow it today." He's like, "Look out for comments of me. I'm gonna comment on your videos." I'm like, "Dude, do it." So I got one follow that day.
That's cool. Yeah, that works. Like, Mary will have that with her books, because she's a writer. She's a fantasy writer,
Uh huh.
and she's got like 3 or 4 books out, and she's working on another one. And
That's
like, she's
cool.
really good. She's been working on this series for like over 10 years, like since she was 20, like at least 15 years almost, right? And yeah, like she'll her family members will be like, some of them will be fans, like, and they'll just come out of the woodworks and be like, "I love your books."
Mrs. Archaeologist loves reading books from like local artists and stuff. So like send me links to her stuff so I can give them to the missus, and maybe she can check them out and stuff. She's not super big on fantasy. She like unless it's like urban fantasy. She likes fantasy that's in the real world, or murder, or like like true crime and like that sort of jazz. But she would I would love to like pass that on to her. I think she'd find that really interesting.
Oh, that's cool. I got the website here. I'll send it to you.
Also,
I mean,
put it in chat.
it's
Put it in chat.
yes, it's one of those, like, her books are basically like high fantasy, like with dragons and stuff
Oh,
and
cool.
different races and religions. It's complex. It's a complex world that develops over the period of all the books. So
Gate
like so
gatekeeping
it's
Job unreal, says Sam. Oh, I'm frozen.
gatekeeping.
Well, she just said, "Oh yeah, I got her first book."
Oh yeah. Sam's in the process of reading it right now.
Hmm. Why is my frames per second have dropped precipitously? What is going on? All right, we're back to 30 frames a second. We're good.
We're back. Okay, wait.
We're
Let
back.
me
We're back.
refresh it because I'm getting this thing. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I posted the link, so I don't know if the bot took me out, but I think we're
Oh,
fine.
I have a post from you that's just 3 stars.
That's probably what it is.
Oh, lame. Hang
But I
on.
posted it on YouTube, so I think it should be fine. Like on the YouTube chat, it's there.
Huh, I don't see it on the YouTube chat. Well, I mean, it hasn't popped up on mine. Oh, wait, new messages. Oh, the bot took her out. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you'll have to send that to me in threads or something like that.
I posted it in our Discord, but the whole community is aware. Like the link pops up all the time. But yeah, no, she's been blood, sweat, and tears, man.
That's
blood,
cool.
sweat, and tears like that. Like Mary will sit there and she'll be like giggling by herself, and I'm like, what? She's like, one of the characters that's beloved by my fandom is about to die. You know, I'm like, you're a fucking psychopath. She's like she like everything has a purpose. Like there's not, and everything goes full circle. You know what I mean? Like she's very meticulous. Like it's like a Lord of the Rings. It's like a big fucking world. Like it's not
cool.
just a little quaint story and then like LGBTQ plus or whatever. It's like no, it's like an elaborate world with all these rules and religions and dragons and like half breeds, like half elves, and you know what I mean? Like there's all like it's insane.
That's fair. That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
She does desire to torture her readers. She does.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
So after the wedding, we went to New Hampshire for our honeymoon, and Mrs. Archaeologist, she loves a good claw machine, and she's never been to what we call a clawcade, which is an arcade that's just claw machines. And the idea being that like you win smaller prizes from the claw machines, and then you bring those to the prize area, and then you can trade in the smaller like stuffed animals for like larger like prizes. So she actually won,
cool.
right? So she actually won a couple things. She won some things for me. I won that Baditz Maru, which is behind me. It was in a blind box. I'm a bigger fan of Baditz Maru than she is. I'm probably saying his name wrong, which is gonna out me, but that's besides the point. So she gave it to me. So he's sitting there on my dresser. But she won me this Bulbasaur. That's gonna go on the shelf back here with the other Bulbasaur, which is right here.
Yes, more Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is just such a cute concept.
We traded in a bunch of the stuffed animals to get my oldest a Nido, which is a squishy that's very popular with kids right now, and they're so hard to come by. Which is, I mean, I have no place to talk. I collect so much garbage. Like I collect so many things. If she wants this random squishy, go for it. But she won me this really, really cool Venusaur statue. Which like, yeah, it's let's see if I can take. I'm gonna take it out of the box, but let me see if I can. I don't know if the box does it enough justice. It's heavy. It's so heavy. We had to ship stuff back from Massachusetts. It was wild. We couldn't.
Because you had so much stuff.
Yeah, we couldn't fit everything in our luggage. But let me see. Hold on. I'll take them out of the bag. I'll get them on the shelf somewhere. But like, there we go. Like it's really, really cool.
Oh yeah, that is really good.
Yeah. So that is pretty exciting. So she won this. She traded in a bunch of stuff to get me that, which was very sweet. And then then we traded in a bunch of other things to get the Nido for our daughter. Hit you, son of a bitch. So there was that, and this wasn't something we won, but in my Ninja Turtles, I collect mostly Leonardo. It's how I keep the spending to a minimum, if you will. I have been eyeballing. They put out a black and white version of the Leonardo from The Last Ronin, which is the comic, The Last Ronin. And I found it on sale at an FYE. I don't know if you guys have FYE in Canada, but we thought they were all closed. But this thing is cool. This thing's cool as hell. It's all black and white with red details, so
Ooh, that is cool.
it looks really sweet. So that gets added to the Ninja Turtle collection, and I gotta find a home for it in this
In the
mess
pile.
of stuff. Yeah. So
yeah, I've got a couple of figurines, but they're always given to me. Like I have a couple of Battletoads figures.
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, with interchangeable like hands and faces and stuff.
That is really
You can
cool.
hook on a giant fist. You know what I mean? Like it's so
Oh,
cool.
that stuff is really cool. I actually really like that stuff. Yeah. I that's what I love. Man, they did a remake of the Battletoads that came out recently. Not a remake. It was a reimagining. I'm not sure how you want to put it. It was a sequel, I think. But like I loved the idea that like their hands turned into like hammers and bricks, and like when they
Yeah,
jumped and they kicked,
boots
they'd
and
turn into razor. Yeah, boots, razor, like
yeah,
saws and
razor
shit.
blades.
That stuff is so
Yes,
cool. I love that stuff.
it is. It was a good concept.
So
Uh,
we were planning on going to we ended up going to a GameStop. Actually, I'll throw this in there. Ended up getting Hey Arnold on the Game Boy Advance because it was available, and I was
Nice.
like,
Oh, that's cool.
this is the only Hey Arnold game, period. Like,
Shit, you serious?
well, I mean, like it came out in Europe as well, but like there isn't any Super Nintendo games. There's no Sega games. There's no PlayStation games. Like, Hey Arnold, this is the only Hey Arnold game, which I
That's crazy.
it is. It's wild. I loved Hey Arnold growing up. This was cool, but
Yeah, it's a great show.
great show. Um, we ended up going to a Dave and Buster's, and we ended up playing Over the Edge, which is a game, and I ended up picking up. So this was very stupid. I should not have done this. I did it for the joke, but I had enough tickets to get a giant inflatable Pickle Rick.
Yes.
Um,
Oh my gosh. And
so
he's like, he's not even like, wow, he's felt like he's textured.
Pickle Rick. So I had to deflate this to fit it in my luggage, and Mrs. Archaeologist was like, that was a bad idea. She's like, we could have gotten that when we got home, and I was like, yeah, but what if we went to Dave and Buster's and it was gone? So like I'm sitting, she's playing a game, and I'm just huffing and puffing trying to blow that damn thing up just so that I can surprise her with it. It was stupid. It was a dumb idea.
So
All
good.
for
I
the
love
memes.
it.
All for the memes. Your logic. So yeah, right? It makes perfect sense. But we wanted to go to this store called Core Games. We went to two different Core Games. They're a chain that we saw in New Hampshire. If you're ever in New Hampshire, check out Core Games. They have very good selection. And you can talk to them about price adjusting. I got a game from them that I thought they had overpriced, and they ended up dropping it $10 for me, which was awesome. We'll get to that in a second. But we went to a different game, which was called. We went to a different store called Level Up, I believe it was. They let me leave some stickers and some business cards there, which is awesome. Those guys were great, and we ended up getting like a bunch of games from there, like probably too many. We picked up Dragon, the Bruce Lee story for the Sega Genesis.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm like looking for that one too.
It's on. You can find it on Super Nintendo too. I don't know if it's any different, but I also finally picked up Comic Zone on the Sega Genesis. I've been looking for this for a while, and it had some stickers on it. So instead of being like 35, which it usually is, it was closer to 28. So that was really cool. That was a great find.
That's good.
Choo Choo Rocket for the Dreamcast, complete. Eek. Which is pretty cool. It was a nice little find. And the disc, I don't think they resurfaced it, but it looks great. Also, this is the month of great. Choo Choo looks so cute. Yeah, it's a puzzle game for the Dreamcast. It's a very popular one. I love it. I finally found Gunsmoke for the original Nintendo. My in-laws watch this all the time at their house. The television series, and I've been looking for this for a while. I'm very excited to have this in the collection. It looks like kind of like Akari Warriors,
That's
Contra
perfect.
like
That's good.
style. Yeah, that sort of top down, like you're moving through shooting. That's what it looks like. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And
That is, yeah.
are you familiar with the movie Toys by with Robin
Yes.
Williams? We got it
I have the game.
we got a complete in box for the Sega Genesis,
Noise.
which was a great find. This was a Mrs. Archaeologist find. This one and the Bruce Lee one she was very excited about. I would love to. We could play this. If you haven't played this yet, we could play this.
We could, but oh my god, I never made it anywheres with it because like it's so impossible.
That sounds like our kind of game.
I know, we could probably figure it out. There were things like you need to use specific weapons for specific toys, and I was like, I hate it. But I only played it in my 20s when I got it. I think I would probably have more resilience now. Like, yeah, if we both took it on, figured out how to move forward, I'd be done.
Sam said, I have faith Ark can beat it. I appreciate that, Sam. I really do.
One of us can. Usually Ark can.
unless it's Lawnmower Man.
Then that was me. That
was yeah.
I'm always trailing behind and completing the games after you, and then but then the Lawnmower Man, you were like, I don't think this is my cup of tea, and I was like, this is mine.
I was watching a video. It was a young lady. She was streaming Mario, I think Sunshine. I think she was playing Mario Sunshine, and she was talking about the fact that like the ability disparity when it comes to video games, in the sense that like there are some games that you can play that you can like crush, that people will be like, oh my god, that's such a hard game, I can't believe you did that, and then you can come to another game and be like, I can't do this, like I don't like, this isn't fun, which is one thing, which is a different thing altogether, but it just like this is my skill set isn't jiving with this, or like I just can't get past whatever this is. And like that's what it feels like to me with like Lawnmower Man. Like I beat The Lion King without dying, which I would
never beat it.
Which I would consider a pretty substantial video game accomplishment. And then you move to like Lawnmower Man, and I'm like, no, like I just can't.
It's like Battletoads, right? I defeated Battletoads for the Super Nintendo without dying at least 3 times. So I know the game very well, and a lot of people will give me a lot of props for it. Like I get 100% what you mean, but then you'll turn around and you'll be playing something like, I don't know, Daikatana, and I'm like, I love Daikatana, but it's fucking awful. So it's like, you know, like I get 100% what you mean, like, and then yeah, there's some games. It's Spy Fiction, I made it through, but there were moments where I felt like just quitting. I was like, I'm just fucking done. Like you know. And there was one person on Threads that I found that was like, I played Spy Fiction, I remember liking it, and I was like, that's fair. Like you can like it, you can like what it is, but like I've played so many fucking games that I know that the things that they did with this are things that I fundamentally do not like.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, and I didn't look forward to a lot of it. And I think that's, you made it all the way to the end with me to the final boss. You were there. You were at the final boss grind. But I think that the final boss had this fucked up, like it was what you knew you liked, but done wrong.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the straw that broke the camel's back right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think you muddled through it because I was going through it, and it was a stream we were doing. You know what I mean? So there's more encouragement there to like grind, get good, and whatever. But sometimes you don't want to get good at something you don't like.
Sometimes you just don't want to get good at it. Yeah, no, there's a lot of truth in there.
Yeah.
So that was that night. We went back to the hotel. Next morning, we ended up going to Core Gaming, which is it wasn't open the day before, and then it was open. We ended up getting a bunch of stuff there. I know I sent you pictures of this, but I ended up getting this like sketch, this Eastman and Laird's sketch Leonardo. So he's still got the red bandana, but it was it was super cheap. He took a little bit of a dent while being packed and stuff too, which kind of stinks. but I will survive. I'm happy. I'm happy with him. Another one to the the Leonardo collection. Um,
Yes.
I picked up Bit Trip Saga on the DS. I really enjoy Bit Trip Runner. My friend Frantic Fits. I play games with on Steam. We played Bit Trip Runner a lot, and it was new and it was like $20, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's nab it. So I did.
It looks good.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
cute.
And then we came across. I couldn't walk out without Barbie for the NES.
I love that. I want that. We need to see that. I've been
uh,
wanting that game for like years, you know? Like I'm not finding it.
this is a
I keep finding the
notorious.
PS1 sports Barbie games, but
Oh,
I want that one.
there's a lot of those. This is a notoriously bad game, and like but a lot of people speed run it, which I think is
Yeah.
very funny. I think it's
Yes.
very funny that it has such a lively speedrunning community, but I could not pass it up.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to give me a pink labeled Barbie game any day. I
Oh
will
yeah, for sure.
gladly put it on my shelf behind me.
And it turns out, Barbie, this should be fun. Oh yeah, no, it should be. And it turns out that Retrobit released a Data East Classic Collection, a licensed Data East Classic Collection on the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, and they had a loose
Ooh.
copy of the Super Nintendo version, which I grabbed because the idea that there was a brand new Super Nintendo game that came out in like 2018, I think.
That's cool.
That's just cool. The games on it are okay. Side Pocket's fun. The puzzle games are really interesting. It's got 2 fighting games on it, but I'm just glad to have this in the collection.
Yeah.
There's a sequel to that. We'll get to that in a second. But
Some buys are collection focused. Like they're just kind of like, oh, I'm not a fan of this particular mechanic and or game style, but I think it's cool and I want the collection to have it, and I'm probably
Exactly.
gonna give it a shot. Yeah.
But I bought this because I wanted something to play on my Superboy.
Yeah.
Which is this it's a handheld I know I sent you pictures of this because I've been talking
Yeah.
I've been talking to you about this, but it's this handheld Super Nintendo game, a Super Nintendo system that has ports for controllers and has a plug in the bottom
That's
for so you can connect it to the TV. I'm gonna take it out because like that's what you see on the front of that is basically like the actual size, but like it's so big. And look, there's a reflection of me and a reflection of me.
Nice. Oh, that's so nice.
And it
I like the pink buttons.
oh yeah, no, the color scheme is amazing. And like the cartridge sticks out so far, it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
This was a bit of an impulse buy. It wasn't too expensive, I'd actually say. You can find them online brand new for like $120.
That's pretty good.
Which is not bad. Which is not bad. And so that actually kind of shifted. This shifted the tone of my collecting because it meant that I wanted to get stuff to play on this. So I started buying a lot of Super Nintendo games, which brings us to the next day when we went to a different core gaming, which was for closer to Massachusetts. It was on our way home. I ended up picking up a Japanese version of Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color,
Nice.
which is pretty cool. Again, another game that's Japanese, but it's almost entirely in English in it. Wait, is this
Oh,
one
cool.
thing?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's actually really cool. And I finally picked it up, Job. I didn't tell you about this. I didn't tell you about this because I wanted to save it for. I picked up Battle Maniacs. I finally got Battletoad Battle Maniacs. It is.
Yes.
They wanted $50 for this, and you can find you can find it on eBay for like $35, and it's
a $30 game.
It's rough too. Look at that, like the label is rough.
It's been used. It's been used.
It's been loved. It has been loved. This is the one.
The front label looks pretty good. Like you can see everything.
Oh yeah. It's what it is like the clear coat on it is separating from the paper underneath it.
Yeah.
But and it's got some sun damage on the back. You can actually tell. It's it's rough. But I was able to talk them down. They only dropped to 40, which was still a bit. But with looking at eBay, a $35 game, $5 shipping $40 seemed pretty reasonable, and I
Yeah.
wanted it so I could play it on the Superboy.
Yeah. Oh
But yeah,
man, I can't wait to hear your thoughts about it.
yeah, I don't know. I have to play more, but we have
I'll do a run on a live and you can watch me do it and then take those strategies and just go right in it.
another Barbie game. They had Barbie for the Super Nintendo, and I was like, well, I need to get that too.
That is insane. You can find cool Barbie shit that I
I
want.
know. Okay,
Oh man.
so I want to talk about this game a little bit because I played it. I put it in the Superboy and I played it a little bit. This is an interesting game. So it takes place in phases. So the first thing is your Barbie trying to get to like a dance studio, and you're rollerblading or you're walking or you're driving in the Corvette, and you're basically dodging obstacles and like picking up collectibles so you can get points. And then in the middle of the level, like about halfway through, there's usually a magazine. And if you hit the magazine, you get thrown into a mini game where it shows you a picture of Barbie, and then you have to match that by memory, which is
Oh my
very,
gosh.
very difficult. It's very, very difficult. When
Yeah.
you get to the dance studio, you then learn a dance number, which is a series of button presses, whether it be like X down, X up, B up. And then you have to make your way back through the level in reverse. You have to go the opposite way and then get to the show where you then have to remember the dance routine that you learned from the other part of the game, and then you have to perform it, and then you get a score based on how well you did.
Oh my god.
It's actually a really interesting game.
That
Like,
is interesting.
I don't want to say like I'm surprised because it's a Barbie game, and I'm gonna put this in quotes, a quote unquote girls game. But I think that a lot of games that are geared towards girl IPs and girls in general get a really bad rap. And I wanted to play this with I wanted to experience it and try to be as honest about it as I could. Do you know what I mean? I
Well,
wanted
it's a
to.
game at the end of the day,
It's a
right?
game at the end of the game, and like if that's a really difficult concept. Like this idea that you have to, in the middle of the level, learn a pattern that you then have to remember later in the game. Like that takes actual like mental skill.
Yeah, you have to practice it and hope you remember it by the time you get back. Like, fuck.
It was an interesting concept. It was a really interesting concept. I also got a
Yeah.
sticker from Core Gaming, which has a little ditto on it. So this is
That's cute.
this is cool. So they had this up at the front, and it was with it said free on it. Oh, there's a My Melody sticker too. But anyway, it says free. It said free. So I walked over and I said, "Hey, if like I'm a YouTuber, I have some stickers. Can I leave some stickers with you guys like up there with the free stuff?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, sure." And one of the guys goes, "What's your handle on YouTube?" And I said, "Oh, the Archaeologist." And he goes, "I've seen you."
Yes.
He's like,
popped up.
He's like, "I've watched your videos." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've used your speedrun videos to show my friend what a speedrun is." And I was like, "Oh my god, that is bananas."
That's so cool. Yes.
He then proceeded to mess up our entire transaction, which
That's good. Well, he was probably just super excited.
I didn't realize he said this, but he said this to my wife. He said, "I'm really sorry. I'm just low key excited."
Yeah, that's so cool. Man, like I feel like you and I like in our little bubble of like niche things because we both have like very spread out retro interests.
Yeah.
Like people online are starting to see us pop up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like sometimes like I'll get comments that are like, "You've been popping up on my feed a lot," and I'm like, "Thanks, I'm glad."
I love it. I love it on TikTok when someone messages me and they're like, "Hey man, like, why'd you stop posting for 2 weeks?" I'm like, "I have been posting every day for 2 weeks, and I'm glad to know that TikTok just isn't showing you that I'm active."
Yeah, you have been. Yeah, you're like, well, and I fucking love your Pokemon battles. Like, I remember at the
I'm
beginning
enjoying them.
when you were just kind of like, oh, like,
I was
I can in theory do this forever, but I'm worried that it's gonna overshadow things and blah blah blah. And I was like, I get that 100%, but it's kind of cool and it's like constant content. You know what I mean? And it's like people are enjoying the whole Game Boy experience. Your commentary in the background when things go wrong.
people
you're
people seem to really
you're just
enjoy
kind of
that.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like, damn.
But
Like it's so good.
I said horse shit yesterday on one of my videos, and a guy he was like, horse shit, that killed me. I was like, that's how you
Yeah,
knew I was upset. I only pull that out when I'm really upset.
yeah. Oh my god. Well, Spy Fiction yesterday for 3 streams straight, all my community heard was a shit, fuck, bitch, cunt. It's just the
Oh,
entire
no,
time.
not the C word. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know all of it. Well, they're so used to it. I swear so much when I'm mad, but usually it's sporadic and throughout the game in very specific areas because
Yeah.
games, no matter how good they are, will have moments that are hard, right? That
Yeah.
you're like and you're gonna have that moment and. But Spy Fiction pissed me off the entire time, so it's just me yelling.
No,
I
that's
even
funny.
had a song that Mitchell clipped that's not really a song. When I get really, really mad and
Yeah.
I feel insane, I'll start singing a song that I've just made up on the spot clearly,
A
and
perfectly
it's
normal thing to do.
nonsense. Yeah, like I'll just be like, "This game is a giant cock," like I'll just, I'll just
That's a
go
real
on and
banger.
on.
That's a real
Yeah,
banger.
yeah, and then I'll be like, "This is awful because I'm gay," like. So
Wow.
we'll just have a
Wild.
bop, And Mitchell freaking clips me, and Sam clips me, and people clipping me, yelling at and then
You
I
got,
clip
hey, look,
myself.
you got a solid community. Like you've done a pretty, you've clipped me a couple of times on Twitch when I'm doing the Nuzlocke, and I appreciate that. It does save me a little bit of effort. I
Or
need
your
to
speed
figure.
runs.
Well, you clipped the speed runs, yeah. But I was like, right there, that's what I want to do, and then I got hit right there. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just see that's the thing. That's the flow. That's why like no matter what you're doing, you just have to keep talking because eventually like you'll contradict yourself or
Something
like the
funny
game
comes
will
up.
contradict you or you'll be
Mhm.
like, "Oh yeah, that was good," and immediately you die and you're like, "That was not good."
All right, we are we
That's
are come
always good.
we are coming towards the end here. I this
Ooh.
this whole thing, everything I've been showing you, like I feel like self-conscious about because I'm like, holy crap, I bought so much when I was like traveling on the honeymoon and stuff, and Mrs. Archaeologist got a lot of stuff. It was wild, but I digress. We ended up stopping at a place called Time Capsule in this was in Rhode Island, which is the little tiny state below Massachusetts. Um, I ended up picking up 3 games from them. Brian actually picked up the Warriors from Time Capsule, and so that was actually kind of interesting. But I ended up picking up Arkanoid on the Super Nintendo. I love Brick Break, like those games. I always really enjoy. You'll have to help us get through toys if you love. Yeah, right. He ended up getting me Arkanoid. I ended up picking up Arkanoid, and I picked up Jeopardy for the
Noise.
Super Nintendo, because me and the wife, uh, we will bring a handheld with Jeopardy, and while we're driving, we will play Jeopardy. Like I'll be driving,
That's
and
funny.
then yeah, and she'll like read the question out loud, and then we'll try to get the answer. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah.
it's a fun way to play some
That
trivia
makes
and stuff.
sense.
And now
Yeah,
that I got
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
and now that I've got the handheld Super Nintendo game, like bada bing, Jeopardy. So that was fun. And a little bit of a splurge, but I picked up the Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo
Ooh.
with the booklet.
Oh.
Uh
Nice.
yeah,
What's the
I mean,
price on that? Is
what
that
was
25, 35?
85, 85.
85.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's
That
about
is a
yeah,
splurge.
it's on
But that's
par
a
with
good
us.
game. You
I
gotta pick those up every once in a while. Sometimes you're gonna walk in and get $100 game and be like, I want this.
have you ever played Secret of Evermore?
Yes, I have it. I grew up with it.
I grew up with it
That
too. I
yeah,
still own the player's guide for it because that
and
game
Secrets of Mana.
is freaking weird, and I love it. I have
I
not
love it
beaten it,
too.
but I love
Yeah.
it.
The
What
whole dog turns into all these other dogs thing, like it's so wild.
apparently, all right, Brian's said, what two colors did the NES Zapper come in? AGO, gray and orange. Apparently, we had a big discussion. I said that it was red. Everyone was telling me it was orange. We went online. It said it was orange. The wife said it was orange, and then Brian sent me a picture of his zapper next to the NES controller, and yeah, it's orange. It's a very red orange, but it is orange.
But it's orange.
But
Okay,
it's
that
orange.
makes sense.
So I grabbed a couple of those. Brian actually found me a couple of Ninja Turtle Magic cards. The
Oh
common
shit, yes.
Leonardo the Big Brother, and then the Uneasy Alliance. He threw in a top loader for me. So just
Nice.
adding that to the wall. Very very
Yeah.
happy about that, which is cool. I would love to get like the holographic versions of these cards and stuff, but it's just card collecting is so expensive, and I've already
It's a whole other thing. You can
it's a
find
whole other thing.
probably 7 versions of that card. The full
Hmm.
arts. That's not even like holographic is one thing, but like there's also probably the full art,
On the
right?
rare cards, yeah, for sure.
And then
Um,
there's like variant arts of it that also has their own their own thing going on.
I feel like you get less of those in Magic the Gathering. If you get that more in Pokemon, but that is a thing that does exist for sure, for sure.
It's still pretty prominent, and they have a very gimmicky like, oh, we're gonna release the Spider-Man set, the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles set, the Avatar set. We've got an agreement with, and it goes on and on and on,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And then
There's
all
some
these cards have all these versions of it.
there's some people that think it's really cool, and there are other people that are
It's
like
cool, it
they're
is,
just trying
but
to print money, and they really are.
see,
They are.
it's a fascination. Like you and I like will pour our interest in certain things. Like I put everything into that game collection, and sometimes I buy duplicates. It might not be as crazy, you know. Like maybe I'll be
Yeah,
like, oh, I like this game. I'll buy the PS2 version and the Xbox version or something like that, right?
yeah,
But cards, it's much more intricate and like it's again like you gotta be really into it. I love Magic the Gathering. I play it. I have a couple of decks, but Mary really got into deck building, so she's gonna compromise though. She won't try to get everything because it would be insane. Like you'd have to
yeah,
buy those big fucking boxes and a bunch of them to try to get all the cards,
yeah.
right?
No, yeah, I collected Pokemon for a while a couple years ago. Like I got back into it because I like card games; they're fun. But like the scalpers made everything too
Yeah,
expensive, and then storage became a bit of an issue, like what you're saying.
yeah,
So like I've got a couple of decks. I made a couple decks for Brian. I made a couple decks for Mrs. Archaeologist. I've got a couple decks so that we can play. They're all made from the same sets, so they're all balanced pretty well, and
yeah.
we just play when we get a
Yeah,
chance and stuff.
we've got a
That's about it.
bunch of decks because Mary's made a bunch of them, and like they all vary in strengths and stuff. Like she really got into deck building, so we have like some more like expert level decks for like when we encounter someone who's got like something really fleshed out, and then we
Yeah,
have like everything else, like either pre-cons that came in their original form. We have a few of those, and like everything else kind of in between.
yeah.
I built my decks, and I have one really, 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 really insane one, and then that was it for me. Because then I was like, well, it's like what you said; it costs a lot of money, and I'm just more focused on games, right? So
Yeah. No, I had to make a decision about where I was going to spend my money. Like what is
yeah,
it that I want to invest my time and my effort into? And like if it's going to be collecting, I decided that it was going to be video games because I
yeah,
love video games, and it was going to be Ninja Turtles and mostly Leonardo because I love Ninja Turtles and Leonardo.
yeah,
Um,
makes sense. At
so
specific focus collections, man, that's what most of us have.
you have to because you can't go. I mean, like Brian, his collection is very focused in the sense of like he collects almost exclusively original Nintendo and I would say Game Boy as well. But like for me, it's Game Boy and Sega and Super Nintendo, and part of that is because sometimes, like you talked about, it's cheaper on another system, but it's the same game. So
Yeah,
like, yeah, but
I've hyper focused on variant consoles. Like at one point, I was hyper focused on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox. At
Yeah,
one point, a lot of the times I get hyper focused on the PS2 and the PS1. That's why the PS2 collection is currently, as a standalone, the biggest one. I think I clocked it at 245 games.
yeah.
And I kept on making that joke of like the stack on the top's gonna touch the ceiling. It's almost touching the ceiling right now. Like with
It
all the
doesn't look as
games
if
that
it's
I've
ceiling.
recently, yeah, I'm just about to add two more. Like I'm gonna have to make a second stack because like I can't actually have it touch the ceiling. Like I have to
Excuse
get
me.
on the stoop to like cut the stack in half so that I can try to get the game. I'm trying to,
Oh
it's an
boy.
ordeal. I'm running out of space. But for a while there, I was hyper focused on the Nintendo
Hmm.
because you and I were really getting into those. So I bought a bunch of those. It's starting to
Yeah,
kind of. It's not too. I don't have 200 of them, but it has surpassed my Super Nintendo collection now. I
yeah.
think I have 145 of those.
Brian and I were talking about our collection the other day too. I think with my Famicom games, I'm up to like 173 NES games, and he's at like
Nice.
165 with like duplicates and a couple like ROM hacks. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's definitely the largest. Like my Nintendo 64 collection is like a shelf and a half. It's of a certain. I mean, that doesn't actually matter. That doesn't mean anything. It's 20 games maybe, but like NES is 170. Um, but yeah. Oh, let me finish this off because we are almost done. I've only got three more things, stacks,
do
whatever you
it,
want to
do
talk
it.
about. All right, that Data East game, the collector, the collector game that came out in like 2008. They came out with an NES version. Brian found it, and he actually picked us up both a copy, which was awesome.
Nice.
So it's
That's cool.
still. I'm gonna keep it sealed until I end up playing it. I'm gonna play it eventually, but like I have Side Pocket, I have Bad Dudes, and I have Burger Time. So like if I can find Ring King and Buggy Popper, I mean I might. I told Brian I was gonna open this. I'm probably gonna open it, but like I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um.
Yeah, it's nice to have like I have maybe one or two sealed things. That's
Mhm.
about it. Like one of them is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Fire Red is
Ooh.
sealed complete in box.
Oh wow.
It's one of the few. It's one of the ones. Like it's probably the only one. No, I don't know. There is like an Xbox 360 sealed game that I have as well, but
Mm.
like it's not my focus at all. It was given to me by someone, so
Yeah,
that's why it came in that way, and I have zero intentions of opening it.
that's fair. Um. Mrs. Archaeologist ordered some Switch games as well. We got Goodbye World, which is a horror game about two app developers, game developers, and the game doesn't do well, and it's kind of a study of like anxiety and depression, like
That's
based on
wild.
like their game not doing well. So that's actually really interesting. She picked up Among the Sleep, which is a horror game where I think you play as you play as a little kid in the dark, and like your teddy bear is like your companion to like help you get through the night.
That's
It's
cool.
looks cool. And she picked up Tiny Bookshop, which is a like a cozy shop simulator where you own a tiny bookshop, and it's about organizing books and selling books and stuff. So she got that, which that was really cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
And we got back home, and we decided that we weren't ready to be done with our honeymoon. So we ended up going to an arcade. There's an arcade called Round One in our mall, and they recently put in a Ninja Turtle coin pusher, and the coin pusher has cards in it, and the cards are what are worth tickets. So
Yeah.
I got a Leonardo card, and I'm not gonna turn it in. I actually put it in a top loader, and I'm just gonna keep it, and I'm gonna add it to the wall. So
Yes.
like I don't know, it's just cool, little something. She ended up winning a couple of Hello Kitty things. She got a hat from she got a hat from One Piece. She got some. There was very little Pokemon stuff. They usually had a lot of Pokemon stuff. They did not have a lot of Pokemon stuff this time.
Okay.
Um,
That's a cool card though.
it is a cool card. I ended up picking up a couple of Game Boy games. I got Casper for the Game Boy.
Yes, I saw that one.
Popeye 2. This is actually a really fun game. And Tiny Toons,
Yes.
Bab's Big Break. This is actually a really fun game as well.
Yep.
And then a sealed copy of Sin and Punishment Star Successor for the Wii. It is a light gun game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is sealed. I mean, I don't trust a lot of factory seals. I got to be honest with you, because people can put them in machines and get them resealed. It still has
Yeah.
the label on it, but this is brand new. It's a $50 game right now, and I got it for $10. So that felt really good.
That is
But
pretty good, yeah.
but I'm probably gonna play it. But yeah, that's actually really awesome. And then the last but not least, and I think I showed this to you, but I ended up getting the Game Boy camera and the printer with uh with more printing paper.
That's
Like for
insane.
I know, for like not dirt cheap, but they were priced under what they should have been. And the yard sale was doing 25% off that day. I tested this; it works. It works great. I don't have a
Noise.
cable for this yet, so I don't have a way to test this. But I'm gonna get a cable eventually, and I'm gonna test this out. I'm thinking because on the Crystal on Pokemon Crystal, when you beat the Elite Four, you can print out your team. And I think I'm gonna start when I beat challenges on Crystal. I think I'm gonna start printing out my team and
Yes.
posting those photos, like putting them up somewhere,
Yes.
and then taking pictures of it, posting it online. I think that'd be really cool.
I think
But
so too.
that's everything. I mean, that is a lot.
An excellent haul of
But
goodies.
that is everything. It's getting close to lunchtime. You gotta go. Are you going to work today?
Yeah, I'm working from like 4 to 10, and then when I get home, I don't know, like I'm supposed to play a game with my friend Tomo,
Hmm.
and we, me and her, we've been footseeing under the table for like years about playing games together, like at least a year and a half that we've been like flirting with the idea of, because she's a streamer, I'm a streamer, and I love her community, and she comes around on mine. She was blown
Yeah,
away by when I was playing Planet of the Apes. She was like, "What the fuck?" And she tuned in for that because she was like, "What?" But we've been footseeing under the table for like forever, but like her schedule never lined up, my
yeah.
schedule never lined up. Mine's all over the place. I keep popping out every couple of months being like, so my this is these are my new days and hours and weeks, whatever, right? Like, so, but lately, and she was studying for a while too, but she got this game, I think it's called like Night Shift Worker, or Night at the fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's like a new age game, like you run a store and
Hmm.
you have to figure out which, oh, it's Shift at Midnight.
Yeah.
You have to figure out, it's a new age Steam game, and you have to figure out who's walking into your store as a monster, and you have to like hunt them and kill them before they kill
That's
you and
kind of
stuff.
neat. That's kind of
Yeah.
neat.
And she like yesterday she was like, I bought this. Well, not yesterday, I think maybe the night before, but she was like, I bought this.
That's
She's like,
cool.
we should play this. It was like $9. I was like, yes. And so
That
when I
sounds fun
come
and
home
scary. Yeah,
tonight,
Sam.
I told her I was down to stream or
Hmm.
not stream, but I never like confirmed. She seemed down, but I
Yeah.
like, she didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stream it," or "Oh yeah, I'm fine if you stream it." Like, I don't know. I want to stream it, so I'm going to ask her if she wants to stream or if she's okay to be on my stream or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play that game, so I'm super excited.
That is cool.
To Yeah, but at first I gotta go to work and I gotta fucking do the work thing, and I've got a long week ahead of me because I traded 2 of my 3 days off
Yeah.
again. So this is week number 2 of having like just one day off that I've traded in order to orchestrate myself 2 weeks off in August, from like the, I think the 10th to the 22nd or 23rd of August. I'll be off, like I'll be traveling, doing things, and hopefully buying games, maybe,
Maybe
probably, while I'm out there.
that
Um,
would be cool.
so I will be MIA for like a hot minute, and I've also traded a lot of my days off, so I can't really commit to a big game right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I have ideas of what I'm gonna play next. I'm probably gonna play Super Nintendo, Nintendo stuff, and if we can squeeze in, you said you wanted to do Star Tropics, we can give Star Tropics a go on
Have
my like.
Have you
on
ever
my
played?
next Thursday.
Have you ever played Star Tropics?
As a kid for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's kind of my vibe too. Like, my aunt played it a lot when I was a kid, but I myself did not play it
As a
too
kid, I
much.
didn't understand it.
Same.
But like as an adult, I think it's fascinating, and I have 2 copies of it. So I'm like, okay, this is the time. I would definitely like to explore it. I feel like even if we were to give it a shot to see how it goes, and we were to like, pick up from where we left off after my vacation, or even just restart it, like just so that we can see what we're doing. Like I don't mind. Like we could have a look at Star Tropics and
Yeah. No, I was thinking I know that you enjoy the full gamut of retro games, as do I. But sometimes I really do feel like your expertise lies in like the disc games. Like I feel like you do a lot with
more.
that. I feel like
Yeah.
more often than not, I'm usually pulling you into the gray cartridge graveyard that is Nintendo,
You're like,
the
I
original
love
Nintendo.
this game, and I'm like, oh, I have that. I haven't really played it. I haven't thought about it. I bought it because of this one core element, and you're like, it's good. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So like
Let's do it.
I think it might be fun for us to do something disc based. So like maybe we could do Rygar, because that's a game my dad played
Oh yeah.
when I was a teenager, and I was like I was too cool for school. I was like, Dad, this game's stupid. Why are you playing this game? And like now, now I'm like, let's see what my dad enjoyed about this. Let's do it,
Yeah,
man.
it looks cool. I'm down to do a disc game for sure.
Yeah.
Like we started with a lot of Nintendo, Super Nintendo stuff, and like you're right, like your expertise is definitely more in that area. You know a lot more about them when we're playing them than I do. I'm just kind of like because like how like a chunk of my collection was inherited, right?
Yeah.
And the majority of that was Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and unless I played them, I just knew that they existed or
Yeah.
remembered like the beginning level or something, right? So like Rygar, I think I'd be down because like let me see how long is that game because we might be at it for a couple of streams. But I mean, we fucking that was what happened with
A Boy
the
and His
Lawnmower
Blob.
Man, anyways.
And A Boy and His
Well,
Blob.
yeah, like it took us like a month and a half of streaming to get the Lawnmower Man done
Yeah.
and the Boy and His Blob. So like I think it's a 9 hour game. I'm just gonna check Rygar Legendary Adventure for the PS2 game length. Because I don't think it's gonna be huge. Like I think it's gonna be like 9 hours tops, not even.
This says
Oh, it
five and a
takes
half hours.
4.5 to 5.5 hours for the main story and around 9 hours for 100% completion run.
Ah, that's not a lot.
Yeah, so a 9 hours does exist, but I don't intend to really do completion. I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
try to pick up everything I can along the way, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna
for sure,
like
for sure.
break my
Yeah.
back for. I'm not a completionist, so
I
like.
and I also I was gonna say I haven't streamed. I have streamed with my PS2 PlayStation games, but I've never. I don't think I've streamed a PlayStation 2 game yet on my channel. So that actually might be kind of fun to do.
That'd be interesting. The community would be like, "What?"
All right. Last but not least, before I go get lunch and all that jazz, let's do the spin for the raffle. Let's finally figure out who's gonna get the T-shirt.
Oh my gosh, Sam's on alert. If she wins, just spin it again so that I can win.
Well, so here's the thing. So I've got 3 entries. We've got you, we have Sam, and then someone that just says I like trains, and I don't know
That's
who that
wild.
is. I don't know who that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well if they don't claim it, I call dibs. Or you can do a spin around for just Sam and I.
Yeah, hold on. Let me let's see. Fit to screen. There we go. I get to make a Photoshop frame for you. Wait, I'll get to make a Photoshop frame. Oh, wait, for what? Oh, a PlayStation. Oh, a PlayStation frame. Oh, that would be really cool, Brian. That actually would be really cool. Thank you.
That would be it.
We gotta. I gotta.
Yes. Oh my god, do it, Brian.
When I was thinking about the frame, I was thinking about the Pokemon frame I still need to do. I might need help with that. You're better at that than I am, but I know that I'm capable. All right. Let's see. So if it's I like trains, hang on. Let me see if there's any other. Let's see if there's any. Oh, that's nope. Let's not do that. Go away. Didn't mean to do that. Whoops a daisy. All right. Well, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Let's do it. Do it, girl.
Hey, Sam won. Job, I can't spin it again. It's official. It's been. We have recorded it. We've recorded it.
Oh, Sam. Oh, I'm so glad though. It's a cool shirt.
It is. No. Yeah. I will. I'll find Sam on. Is Sam on your Discord?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I can connect you to them.
Yeah. Let's do that so that I can. I mean, I am still a stranger on the internet, and I know that this is a wild thing to do. But like, I'm gonna need an address to ship it to. So.
That's fair.
Or if they got Venmo, I will reimburse them for the T-shirt. Like whatever makes them feel more comfortable, one way or the other. But yeah, then we'll just connect me with them, and then I'll they can pick a color, and then I can send them a T-shirt.
Nice. All right. Well, I messaged her to let her know she won, and called her a butt.
Very important.
And called her a butt. But and then in the chat too, in the off chance, but like on private message, I'm like, you butt, you won my shirt. And no, I can help connect you guys and stuff, and like you can find her on here. Like, cool. I think she's the only Sam, surprisingly enough.
Awesome. All right, well, that was the honeymoon haul. That was gabbing about games. That was we finally did the raffle. We finished the raffle. Very exciting. All very exciting stuff. I miss my home. Greatly. But both of our families are in Massachusetts. We're kind of alone by ourselves out here for other extraneous circumstances. I think I used that correctly. So, but it is good to be home, to be able to be back on, to be able to play games with you, which we will do next week again, and to be streaming again and creating content, and it's good to be home.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good to have you back. I'm excited for more gameage.
Absolutely.
Stepping into the PS2 world is going to be very interesting.
That would be really interesting, and it's just it would be fun because it's a game my dad played. My dad's still with us, by the way. Like, this isn't like in memoriam of my father, but but
that's funny.
My dad is the kind of gamer where like he would buy a game, right? Play it, beat it, and then go back to GameStop, trade it in, and then like walk the shelves and then go, that looks neat. No research, no nothing. Pull it off the shelf, buy it, and then rinse and repeat. Play, beat, trade in, new game. And that's how he came across God of War, which turned out to be an amazing franchise, you know what I mean? And
right, in the end, yeah.
And that's why he played Rygar, because God of War was so good. He's like, oh, let's play another Greek like style game, and he ended up getting Rygar. So like, let's see what the fuss is about, you know? Let's check it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go get some food in me. But thanks for hanging out with me, and now I can put away all this stuff.
Yes, find a spot, make spot.
Make a spot for everything. Yeah. All right.
All right, have a good night, Coral.
Until next time. Thanks to everybody for joining. And remember, as always, where we're going, we don't need cheat codes, but baby fat on our shelves, always appreciated.
Yes.